is happening, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Ty with the GoPro strapped to my head, and this is the 2026 Kia Sportage. And who's ready for a test drive? So we already did the full features review on this vehicle, so you could see the outside, under the hood, and the inside trunk area, all that good stuff. So make sure you check my channel for that video. But this video is going to be dedicated just to the test drive and a little quick walk around of the features. But for 2026, the Kia Sportage has received kind of its midlife refresh, which gives you updated styling such as a new grille, new headlights. It's also got new wheels. These are 19-inch wheels, and by the way, this is the SX Prestige trim level, so the top trim on this car. But yeah, 19-inch wheels on this one, full LED headlights, lots of glossy black, so it makes the car kind of pop out a little bit too, especially with this nebular blue paint color. So glossy black all the way around the windows, on the bottom, at the top, on the wheels, in the back. Window sticker, this particular one is at $39,865, so just under that $40,000 price point, which is, I think, is a really good price point for a kind of fully loaded mid-size crossover like this is. Nice spoiler in the back, updated LED taillights, lots of glossy black at the bottom. You have parking sensors, 360 cameras on this car, a whole bunch of good stuff. Now, the Sportage is offered in 3 different powertrains. This is the purely gasoline model. So they have a hybrid and like a conventional hybrid and a plug-in hybrid. This is purely gasoline and all-wheel drive. Trunk is obviously powered, and it has a really good amount of space. The all-weather car mats are in here, and some garbage and stuff is back here, but you get the idea. Nice wide open cargo area. You've got the handles to fold down the seats and a donut sized spare tire underneath. Fuel door on the driver's side, and a quick glance at the rear. Looks pretty good. It's spacious. It's got kind of like half leather, half suede seats back here. The seats split fold and also split recline. So as you can see, these seats actually recline quite a bit. And of course, they'll fold down flat as well. We have air vents back here, USB chargers, and just a good amount of space. In the front, standout features on this particular one are 2-person memory, also power folding mirrors, and a nice 8-speaker Harman Kardon audio system. Actually sounds really, really nice. Fully powered driver's seat and powered passenger seat. I really like the look of these seats. Looks good. New steering wheel, new double screen setup. Let's get in and take it for a drive. Now, it is really, really muggy out today, so I'm gonna keep the AC on just for the sake of my GoPro. And let's buckle up, put this puppy down in a drive. Okay, so here we are driving the Sportage. So, quick overview of our test drive. We're gonna get it once you get through these intersections here, we're gonna get it onto a more of a main road, so like a 2-lane highway. We'll hopefully get it up to 45-50 miles an hour. We'll see kind of what noise levels and things like that are at that speed. And then the remainder of our test drive is actually going to be on a nice back road. So we'll get an acceleration test. We'll also feel out the handling, the ride, the brakes, all kinds of good stuff. So we'll really get a good feel of this Sportage as if you were driving it to work every day, or driving it to somebody's house, or go to visit somebody. Really just how you're going to drive this car for 90% of the time that you own it. So now, Kias have had some sound deadening material issues in the past. However, I will say that this has definitely improved. I won't say it's as good as some of the competitors, but it is undoubtedly better than it was before. You know, before you used to get a lot of road noise, a lot of engine noise, a lot of noise from oncoming traffic, and like I said, it is a lot better than before. I can still hear the oncoming traffic. I still have a little bit of road noise, a little bit of engine noise, but you know, far better than before. So yeah, up at 50 miles an hour, it's definitely quite the nice cruiser. The suspension feels pretty comfortable. No jarring movements or anything. We have a pretty rough road coming up next. Right at this light here, as you can see, we have the blind spot view cameras, which is awesome whenever you put on a turn signal. This is where we'll do our acceleration test. So the car is now in sport mode. I'll lower down the AC a little bit, get it up to 25 and see how she goes. Let's go. So not exactly a race car, I would say, but it does have enough power. Under the hood is a 2.5 liter naturally aspirated inline 4 engine, and it produces 187 horsepower and 178 pound-feet of torque. Now, I won't exactly say that this vehicle is underpowered, but there are some vehicles out there that just have a little bit more power in this class, and more power is not necessarily a bad thing. I'm not just saying that because I'm a car guy and I like fast cars. I'm really saying that because, you know, say you have to get onto an on-ramp entrance fast, like here in Connecticut, we have the Merritt Parkway, and there are some really short entrance ramps, and you got to get into that highway fast, and a little bit more power, you know, maybe just 30 extra horsepower would do this car awesome. Now, as I said before in the beginning of the video, there are 3 different powertrains. So we have the hybrid and the plug-in hybrid. Those 2 vehicles probably address the power concerns. I don't know because I haven't driven them yet, but the power is a little bit better than, you know, what it is in this car. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I believe both of those engines are a little bit smaller than this engine, but they're turbocharged, so it should feel a little bit more peppy. Driving the wheels is 4-wheel drive in this particular model, and it's all hooked up to an 8-speed conventional transmission, which is good. Going over these bumps, it's not exactly the smoothest road in the world, but it is soaking up the bumps very nicely. Again, no weird noises or jarring bumps or anything like that from the suspension. It remains pretty quiet and pretty comfortable. The engine is very quiet, I must say that. Actually, I'm presently surprised. I drove a Kia Sorento a couple weeks ago, which had this same engine. It was definitely underpowered because it's a bigger car, and definitely a lot more noisy than this car. So they definitely did a nice job with the sound ending on this car. Now, one thing I'd like to point out too is I like this steering wheel. I don't necessarily like the design of it. I think it's not bad, just a little bit out of the ordinary with this kind of 2-spoke design and the Kia emblem off center. It's different. It's kind of like a square shape, but the steering wheel is very comfortable in your hands. It's a very small steering wheel, and the steering actually has a pretty good weight to it, so it does inspire a little bit of confidence to go around the corners a little bit faster. Now, granted, I know, you know, nobody driving this car is going to buy it for a Canyon Carver or a Lime Rock vehicle or anything like that, but just something that I've noticed. One more thing I wanted to point out, just on our short drive, these seats are actually very plush and comfortable too. I have the lumbar adjusted exactly how I want it, the height and the back and forth of the seat, as well as the backrest adjusted exactly how I like it. And it's a very comfortable seat. You know, some leather seats are a little bit stiff, but this is not one of those. This is a very plush, comfortable seat. As we wait for the flow of traffic, we do have auto start stop, but it's not turning on because of the air conditioning that I have on, but it is a pretty seamless system. I drove this vehicle a little bit earlier just to the car wash, and it did go on and off a few times. Pretty seamless auto start stop system. And the lane keeping assist is pretty nice too. It just kind of gives you a little feedback in the steering wheel when you go outside of your lane. It's kind of giving it a little bit of gas there. Transmission was a little bit confused on what gear to put it in, but yeah, I mean, I'd say, you know, around town you'd have absolutely no issues with power. It's once you get on the highway with passing power and things like that that you might find that it struggles just a hair. But that pretty much does it for the new Kia Sportage 2026. I do thoroughly enjoy this vehicle. I do think it's a lot of vehicle for the money, so that I am thoroughly impressed with. There's just a couple things like the powertrain which could be a little bit better, but that being said, make sure you check out the full features review, because again, from the features standpoint of this car, it is very, very impressive for the money. And make sure you stick with us in future videos on other vehicles too. Thank you very much for watching.